Welcome to the channel and thanks for watching. Today we'll be playing our first game of Midgard Heroic Battles. And today the Chaos Dwarves will be taking on the Undead. And for the Chaos Dwarves, we have about 300 points of Chaos Dwarves, a little bit over, with a total of 9 reputation to start with. We have 3 heroes, led by the army commander, a forge master. He has army commander, battle smiter, and the hold fast traits. His contingent consists of a unit of black guard that have drilled, replacements, and spears as tribute. And then he has a unit of Hellblasters with replacements and Hell's Breath. They have missile weapons. They have the crossbow, longbow, and elf bow missile weapon for longer range. And then lastly, in his contingent, we have a unit of black orcs with the fearsome and brutal trait. Moving on to the captain orc here. For his contingent, he is a level 2 hero. Forge master is level 3. The captain is leading a unit of black guard and hellblasters for his contingent. And then lastly, another level 2 hero, the Whip Master. He is leading a unit of iron golems. They are a monstrosity, and they have, let me just take a look, the aloof, brutal, fearsome, impetuous, and steadfast traits, and the towering trait. And lastly, for his contingent, he has a unit of bull torques. These are heavy riders. They have countercharge, disengage, fearsome, thunderous charge, and impetuous. And that makes up this Chaos Dwarf army. On to the Undead. And here's my over 300 point Undead army. We have 3 contingents as well, led by my level 3 leader. This is a Necromancer. He has army commander, sorcery, and omens. He has spells, he has magic missile and the one that lets him rejuvenate stamina to a unit. He is leading a 3-unit contingent of skeleton warriors, 2 of them. They have the fearsome and relentless traits. And then we have a unit of specters. They have the fearsome, relentless, and aura of dread with armor 4. These guys are armor 2. And then next we have a level 2 White King with aura of dread, fearsome, and with me traits. He is armor 4. He's leading 2 units of Crypt Guard. They have the aura of dread, fearsome, relentless, and spears as tribute traits. They are armor 3. And lastly, a mounted White King with aura of dread, fearsome, and mounted. He is leading 2 units of Black Knights, heavy cavalry, armor 4, countercharge, disengage, fearsome, thunderous charge, and relentless. And that makes the 3 contingents of the Undead. So with that, let's go ahead and begin deployment and battle. Alrighty, we have deployed our units on the board. We'll be playing the battle scenario in the book, where the objective is to just break the other's force by dropping their rotation to 0. So, with that, let's go ahead and take a look at deployment. My Necromancer and his contingent is on my left flank. My Knights are in the middle. And my other contingent is on the right flank. While the Chaos Dwarves have chosen to group together a little closer. We have the captain and his contingent on the right flank, with the Forge Master in the middle with his, and the monstrosities, the golem, and the heavy cavalry unit on the road, looking down at my knights. So, with that, we'll go ahead and roll our 2d6 to determine if we will have any challenges before the battle actually begins. That's a 5 for me and a 5 for her, so that's a tie. I think nothing happens on a tie. Let's see here. Let me double check that. Alright, yep, that is correct. A tie, nothing happens, we go straight to the battle. So, before anything else starts, my sorcerer or my necromancer will roll for the omens. A 2. Let's see. The omens are dark, but we may yet win. Lose 1 reputation point. Already off to a bad start as I dropped to 8 reputation points. Alright. So with that, the attacker will begin first. Chaos Dwarves. Turn 1. Alrighty, we have both completed our movements. No action this turn. I have moved my left flank forward. This unit failed its order test to move forward, and a Mighty D reroll also failed. Over here, I charged my cavalry up once, and then the other one moved forward twice, not quite making it within range to charge. So it's just short, so it will be getting charged next turn probably. And then right flank moved forward and did some turning. Chaos Dwarves, they moved forward as well, some of them failing their order test for their second movement, while everything else moved forward and repositioned. She realized that a giant building was in the way, so she is maneuvering around that. And that is the end of round 1. On to round 2. Scratch that, we forgot some shooting. Her Hell Blasters over here are going to shoot into my skeletons. They have a 4 spear throw range. They'll be shooting at half strength, so a total of 4 dice, hitting on 5s and 6s. And that is 1 hit for an armor of 2, so I won't take any stamina, and I won't take any command tests, because I have the fearsome trait on my skeletons. And with that, we go to round 2. Alrighty, at the end of the attacker's movement phase, everything has moved forward, closer to my lines, no contact over here. But her Bull Torix did charge into my cavalry, and I am now going to attempt to countercharge with a command test. 6, that'll do it. And they will countercharge as well. And so with that, we will begin combat. She has Thunderous Charge, and she is winning and charging, so she will be rerolling 1s and hitting on 4s. No hits. Nothing. Not a single hit. Oh, wait, you do hit on 4s, so you got 1. 1 hit. That's not a good shot.
No.
Alright, and then 10 dice for me. That is a lot better. That is a total of 7 hits. So I obviously win the combat, and what's their armor?
Their armor is 4.
4, okay, so they'll take 1 stamina point, and then you will retreat, or yes.
Okay.
And then I have Relentless, so I will be pursuing. Alright, so with that, her unit retreats. She retreated into her leader as well, so he had to fall back. Forgot to mention there would have been 2 support saves for this unit over here, but it wouldn't have made any difference for the outcome. So now they will both make command tests, and if they fail, they will take another point of stamina for falling back into each other. So we'll start with the Boltorks. Just 1. That is a fail. You'll take another point of stamina unless you want to re-roll with a Mighty Deed.
Yeah.
Okay. 5, that'll do it.
Okay.
And then your leader, also failing with a 1. You're gonna spend that last Mighty Deed. Alright. And that'll pass. Alright, they'll both pass using up her Mighty Deeds. And with that, that is the end of her combat. We will then move on to Defender's movement. Alright, we've reached the end of the Defender's movement phase. Right flank, I had to spend my Mighty Deed to get them moving forward. My other cavalry unit charged into the Iron Golems. I kept up the pursuit on with the other unit. And then over here, my skeletons charged into the Black Orcs. So with that, let's go ahead and begin the combat. We'll start over here with the skeletons. They just have Fearsome and Relentless. So let's go ahead, and this will be 12 combat dice. Hitting on 5s and 6s. Rerolling 1s. No 1s. That is 5 hits for me. And then 12 hits coming from the Black Orcs. Hitting on 5 and 6s. I see 4. 4 hits to my 5. Alright, we do got some support saves. 2 support saves for you. So go ahead and re-roll 2 dice, or roll 2 dice, and on 5 or 6s you block a hit. Nothing. And then I have 2 as well. I block 1 hit. Oh, chaos. The tower collapsed. 3 hits for the Black Orcs total to my 5, which will result in 1 stamina loss for me and
1 stamina for me.
1 stamina for her. And the skeletons will win the combat. So her orcs will have to retreat. And they will be retreating into a friendly unit. and then we will move on. Alrighty, my skeleton's pursued, and she'll have to make a command test. We'll start with the black orcs. That'll pass, and then the black guard behind them, also passing. No extra stamina. And then we move on to the next combat, which will be my cavalry charging into the golems. I have Thunderous Charge, so I'll be hitting on 4s and rerolling 1s with the charge. She is Towering, giving her +2 dice, and Brutal, so hitting on 4s. Rerolling. Not bad. Good hits for me. It's a total of 4, 6, 7 hits for the Black Knights. Pretty good for the golems as well. What we got here? 6, 8.
Yep, 8.
8 to my 7, so she will win. You do get one support save.
Okay.
Passing that, so that'll take down to 6. So and you got armor 4.
5 armor.
Oh wow. Okay, so you'll still take 1 stamina, and then I took 8 hits, which is armor 4. So I'll take 2 stamina to that. Ouch. And then I can't retreat, so instead I lose a stamina point with my, what is it, Relentless? Never retreat when losing melee combat, lose an extra point of stamina instead, which means I take my 3rd stamina point and that unit is lost, as it only has 3 stamina. And I will lose 3 reputation as a result.
Oh no.
What a failure, as my cavalry charged into iron golems and shattered into bones. First casualty goes to the undead. Moving on. Alrighty, last combat of the defenders. My cavalry pursued her bolt orcs, so now combat will continue. I have 10 dice. I am still winning, so I will be rerolling 1s. No 1s to reroll, but I get 2 or 4 hits on that. And then you'll be rolling 10 dice as well. Anything for you?
Nope.
No
5 and
benefits.
6.
Alright. Getting 3.
Yes.
Alright. And then you'll get to make, might have to measure this. Might get 4 support saves. Let me double check. Alright, scratch that. No support saves. Everything's out of half spear throw range. So with that, she takes 1 stamina with armor 4 and 4 hits. She did 3 hits to me. I have armor 4 as well, so I won't take any stamina. And she will retreat once again. Half a spear throw. And then we will pursue, continuing to push the bolt orcs back. And with that, we go to shooting phase for the attackers. Alright, and the only shooting for the Chaos Dwarves are these Hellblasters firing into my skeleton unit. They are still shooting at half strength, so it's be 4 dice, hitting on 5 and 6s. Scoring 2 hits, which is enough to do 1 point of stamina. And then, because I am fearless, I will not take any combat tests for shooting. Or is it relentless? Yep, fearsome. Alright, and with that, we come to the end of the round as I have no shooting. And then we will go to round 3. Alrighty, Chaos Dwarves have finished their movement phase. A lot of repositioning, her units moving sideways. These guys have pushed forward, converging on my left flank after obliterating the middle. Her golems, they changed facing, that's right, thank you. Facing towards my Crypt Guard. Battle continuing over here. The Black Guard back there failed to do their second movement phase, so they're stuck back there. Not within range of their commander for any rerolls. So with that, we will continue combat. Starting over here with the Black Orcs into my Skeletons. So, 12 dice. They do have brutal, so they'll be hitting on 4s. That's pretty good. Jeez.
Not too bad. 8.
And 5s and 6s for me. For nothing. Oh, that's tragic right there. All right. I do get 1 support save, so I take 1 away. But I still take 3 casualties, which is enough to annihilate that unit as well. Yep, only 4 stamina, so that unit gets taken out as well as I take my second unit loss. Also losing 2 more reputation, bringing me to 3, as I have to make some moves soon. Alright. And then we will continue on over here to the cavalry, duking it out. So, 10 dice. Any benefits?
Nope.
Okay. 5 and 6s. That's pretty good. Getting 5 hits. And that is 6 for me. I think he might be within 1 range of a support save. Looks about right. So I get to reroll 1d6. Nope, nothing. So you'll take another casualty or another point of stamina, bringing you to 3. I think it takes you out too.
Does it?
Yep, stamina 3. So the bull torques get taken out. I take 1 point of stamina in return. And then how many reputation points were they worth?
3.
3. So she will take 3 reputation point losses. And with that, we go to Defender's movement phase. Alright, first things first, my Necromancer is going to attempt to raise the dead on this skeleton unit here, spending 2 mighty deeds to attempt to bring back them to full stamina. So, just need to get a 2 or above, so that'll do it. Taking away their stamina, bringing them back to full health. 1 causes no effects. And with that, I will continue my movement. Alrighty, we have reached the end of the Undead movement phase. I pushed my skeletons to the side a little bit, charged forth my specters into the Black Orcs, moved my Necromancer forward. These guys over here push forward, repositioning, getting lined up to take on the Iron Golem, while my Knights turned and charged into the Black Orcs, or the Black Guard, and my Knight, or my White Leader, challenged her Whip Hand, or her Whip Master, in a duel, gaining me 1 reputation point. So, with that, we go to combat phase, starting with the the single combat for the heroes. I went ahead and spent my last mighty deed to add an extra die. She spent one as well. We are both charging. I am armor 4. She's armor 3. So, rerolling ones. I scored 1 hit. You scored none. So, first round goes to me. You will take 1 point of stamina. And then we will go to second round. Second round, I have 2 dice. Spending any more mighty deeds?
Yeah, my last one.
Okay. Gaining another die, and then we'll continue. No longer charging. She scores 1 and I score 1, so it's a tie. We both gain a reputation for that. I think I gained 1 from for the first round for winning. Yes, I did. So I'm up 2 reputation. She's up 1. And then with that, we go to round 3. Nothing for me. 1 for her. All right, she wins the 3rd round. Let's see. Let me double check to see the results. All right, after double checking the results, no kills were achieved, so they both separated and making a single movement, and I went ahead and attached to my cavalry unit. She attached to the Blackguard in that combat as well. And then with that, we'll move on to the rest of the combat, starting with my Spectres into her Black Orcs. They are charging. She won't get any support saves with my Aura of Dread. And then we'll go ahead and roll. 5s or 6s, rerolling 1s. For a total of 6 hits for me. And then she will be hitting on 4s with her Brutal trait. That looks pretty good.
Oh, 4.
5 hits.
Yes.
5 hits to my 6. I will win combat. Armor. What's their armor?
My armor is 3.
3. So they will take 2 points of stamina. Bringing them down to 1 remaining. And then they will retreat. I have armor 4, so I'll take 1 point of stamina as well. And then they will retreat. And then we will move on to the cavalry. Alright, before we move on to the cavalry charge, the Black Orcs were reduced to 1 stamina and they retreated, so I'll have to make a command test or break. A 2, that will fail unless you want to spend a mighty deed.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Oh, another 1. That is a fail. They will break, and I will get how many reputation? Or you will lose how many?
4.
4. 4 reputation loss, bringing her down to 4 remaining. And then we will move on to the cavalry. Alright, and finally the cavalry charge. I will be re-rolling my 1s. She, and +1 die for my hero attached. She, in turn, gets Spears' Tribute for an extra 2 dice, and another one for her hero attached as well. So, 5s and 6s, re-rolling 1s, no 1s, for a total of 3 hits. Could have been better. And for the Blackguard, oof, that looks like a lot of 6s. 6 hits. 5 hits, or 7 hits. 7 hits. No support saves for me. So she will win the combat. They have armor 4, so they don't take any stamina. I have armor 4, so I'll take 1 stamina. And I will not retreat because of my relentless rule. So I'll take another stamina in return. Bringing me to 3 stamina with 1 remaining. And then we will go to the shooting phase. Alright, shooting phase. Coincidentally, with the orcs being annihilated, that opens up shooting for both of her hell blasters. They'll both be firing into my specters. This will be 4 dice for each, as nobody's in the kill zone. First one, I'll take 2 hits, doing nothing. I have armor 4. Next one, also 2 hits, doing nothing. Worth a shot, but no hits, and I will not take any command tests with my, which one is it? Relentless. Yep, Relentless. So with that, we go to the next round. Before we move on, we forgot to do risk of hero rolls. I have to roll 3d6 for my hero. Any 1s, I'll take a stamina. Taking 1 stamina, bringing me to 2 stamina, 1 remaining. I think I'll double check. And then she has to roll 1d6. Taking no stamina. Alright, and then we move on to the next round. Alright, at the end of the attacker's movement phase, Iron Golems charged into my Crypt Guard. Black Guard charged into my Spectres. Hell Blasters move forward towards my leader. This fight continues. So with that, we move into melee phase. Starting with the Black Guard into my Spectres. They charge, so they will be re-rolling 1s.
I think it's just 2.
2 hits, alright. Just 2 hits for her, and then... Ooh. Good hits for me. Total of 7. 6. 6 hits for me. That'll take 1 stamina point off of her. With armor 4. I have armor 4 as well, so I don't take any stamina. And then she will retreat. And I will pursue. And then we will move on to the next combat phase. For the next combat. Alright, before we do this next combat, I forgot to mention that stamina point that my hero took was his last one. So I ended up dying, taking some reputation loss. I'm now down to 4 reputation. And she is at 4 reputation as well. So we're both tied. So continue on with combat. You got your spears as tribute and +1 for your hero. Just a straight roll, 5 and 6. That looks like a pretty good roll. 5 hits. That'll be enough to take me out. Let's see if I can do any damage back. Ooh, I can. That's 5 hits as well. So you will take a point of stamina, and then roll, I believe, 2 dice for your risk to heroes. Yep, 2 dice. And any 1s, he'll take a stamina point. Nope, he's fine. So with that, she takes a point of stamina. That unit gets annihilated, losing me more reputation of 3 reputation, bringing me down to 1 reputation remaining. If I lose another unit this round of combat, the win will go to the Chaos Dwarves. Alright, moving on to our last combat, the Iron Golems into my Crypt Guard. But before that, her Orc Captain over here is going to do the Hold Fast trait to try to regain their stamina back with a successful command test. With a 1, that is a fail. So they will not get their command test. They might be able to use a Mighty Deed to re-roll. Actually, nope. That was your only one?
I had to use my last one to even...
Okay. So that will continue with the Iron Golems. Alright, ton of dice hitting on 4s with Brutal. And re-rolling 1s. I see what looks like 6. 6 hits for the Iron Golems. And then no benefits for me, except for the hero die, for a total of 4 hits, which is not enough to do any damage, unfortunately. And then I will take 2 stamina points and a 3rd for not retreating, which might put me down to 1. Yep. So that'll put me down to 1 stamina, and this game will be very close. And then what was it? 6, 2d6 for the hero, risk the hero, taking 1 point of stamina to my hero as well. That's rough. Alright. And then with that, we go to Undead. Alright, it is the end of the Undead movement phase, and things are not looking good. My skeletons tried to maneuver and push past the tower, failing their order test. And then I had no choice but to charge the Hell Blasters with my Necromancer, just to get an extra reputation point. I moved up my Crypt Guard over here to support this combat. And then with that, we go into the combat phase. And we'll start with the Spectres, which I spent all 3 of my Mighty Deed to add extra dice to their roll. So with that, we'll go ahead and get into combat. Alright, Spectres, extra 3 dice for combat, and I am charging, or winning, so I will be re-rolling 1s. That's a lot of 1s. Not bad. That's a total of 6 hits for me. And just 2 hits for the Blackguard. No support saves with my Aura of Fear ability. So they will take 1 more stamina, bringing them down up to 2 stamina. Well, they got 2 left?
Yes.
Alright, and no stamina to me, and then they will retreat, half a spear throw, and I will pursue. And then with that, we will move on to my Necromancer. Alright, Necromancer into Hell Blasters. I have 3 combat dice to your 8 combat dice. I am charging, so I'll be re-rolling 1s for just 1 hit. And that is 5 hits for you. I'll take a point of stamina, and I will retreat. Do I retreat? I can retreat. All right. Do you want to pursue?
No.
No? Okay. I see. Worth a shot. Alright, and then lastly, we'll go into this combat right here, which will decide the fate of the battle. Alrighty, starting with this combat, this unit here will be a secondary combat, so they'll be rolling half dice. These guys will also be rolling half dice for being below half stamina. I spent my 2 Mighty Deed to give them 2 additional die, plus 1 for the hero attached. For a total of 9 dice, needing 5s, re-rolling, no re-rolls. That's just 2. And then I'm guessing I rolled a secondary dice as well. Not quite sure. Still not enough for 2. And she will roll 3 on 4s.
Do I do reroll one?
Yes, you do. Okay. Oof. And that is a total of 8. 8 hits. So she will obviously win the combat for 2 stamina, which will annihilate that unit. I will roll 3d6 for my hero, taking 1 point of stamina. So with that, my hero and the unit both get wiped out in one fell swoop, bringing my reputation to 0 for a Chaos Dwarf victory. Thanks for watching, guys.